sorry ass DJ.
Get some.
Many spend their days passively searching for something interesting to do. Others dig in and find it. While nothing is certain, anything is possible. And the anticipation leads you into action. Because it's here that adventures begin. Stories are unearthed. Secrets are revealed. Fortunes are found. Mysteries are solved. And the past is brought to life. Nothing valued is ever lost. It's simply waiting to be discovered. So here's the question. What are you looking for?
It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock.
More about that.
The Big Detecting Show.
Good evening, dear. How are you?
Good evening, Liam Gallagher. How are you? I'm okay. How are you? I mean, Adrian.
I've just come back from Turkey. No, I haven't. I found this in the wardrobe tonight, and I put it on just to scare the dog for I think it was a Beatles evening. I wore it. So, just thought I'd put that on. Good evening, everyone who's joined us tonight. Thank you very much.
I was just reading a poem about mudlarking.
Well, it's
It's in the book, A Guide to Mudlarking by Jenny Ridgewell.
is Jenny Ridgewell coming on?
Hopefully so. I've sent her it. I got a bit behind with me guest malarkey. So tonight's show is entitled "The One Where Dave Forgot to Book a Guest." But people are already asking, "Is there an Adrian's World tonight?"
Yes, there is, and it's a good one. It's a really good one.
Which we should have had. We should have had on last week, but we got chatting a bit to Donna, didn't we?
Yeah, Donna, legend.
Donna, legend. We may have one or two voicemails from Donna. And you too can leave a voicemail, and it's quite easy. BigDetectingShow.com.
Shall I just show them where they can leave it? Because there's also something else that's gone on the website this week.
Has there really, Adrian? Is it something that
Yes,
I'm
there has, David.
No.
Um,
We've actually had 2 or 3 emails, haven't we, asking for this?
Yes.
Oddly.
So I can share.
There you go.
Oh, it's that one. So basically, go on our website, BigDetectingShow.com, and you can look at all this rubbish. And you can just click that message button there, and you can leave us a voicemail. And it's so simple. I think it's gone in another tab, but you don't have to put your email address, phone number, or anything like that. You can just say, I like Dave's suit. And that's how it works. Or what's new this week, through popular demand, and there's already been 133 downloads.
Shut up.
I don't know. Yeah, is the Adrian's Wall ringtone file. Can you hear that? No.
No, but I'm going to download it.
So basically, it's just there. It's just here.
There you go.
So I think it's in 2 formats, or but it'll work on Android or Apple. Just if you really want to have it's your ringtone.
Yeah.
90. And its licensing has all been approved. It took a little while, but I've had a couple. I haven't told you, Dave. I've had a couple of emails from people asking for it. Stephen Brain kindly said, "Where is it? It's not on the website yet." I went, "Okay." Check the copyright, and it's all okay. So. Yeah, if you want to really have that on your phone, and people at work go, "What the hell's that?" and you'll go, "Don't you know? It's Adrian's Wall."
And they'll go, "What?" And you'll go,
I'll tell you what, there can't be
on.
much on telly tonight. There can't be much. I can't see anything, and I've just realised I haven't got my focals on. I'll just say, Philip Wills, we'll say hello to people because it's only me, you, and them tonight, isn't it? So
it is. John Nicholson. John, I keep meaning to message you. Thank you for sending the coin pods out. Absolutely love it. And by a strange quirk of fate, it's lucky I got the bigger ones because they've been rammed full every time I've been out. Even this week, Adrian, rammed full.
He's done well. John Clayton, hello. Philip Wills, Stephen Brame, hello. Derek Sherwin, Ian Greenall, John Clayton. Oh, blimey. Monarch Designs. Oh, hello. Oh, Monarch Designs.
Andrew T. Charlie. I keep wanting to say Dreamer, but it's Deemer.
Hi, Gareth. Gareth Sims. Why have you got a cat as your profile picture, Gareth? You should have a kitchen or a bathroom because you're a builder.
Ian
or your
Greenall,
wife.
Andrew LAX, Ange.
Nick
Andrew
Berry,
Ednich.
Heartbeat. He's in there. Gareth Howard. Oh, dear. I wonder if Gareth watched the show last week.
Graham Dempsey. Never heard of him. Phil Bish Williams, Paul Tung.
Hi,
James
Tom.
Barnes,
Otis Arms.
Michael Gardner. Jason Jones.
Oh, hello, Jason.
Detectorist of the Year last year.
All right,
Big
mate.
Detecting
How's
Show
it going?
Detectorist of the Year. Will Way. John Clayton. Steve Cord.
Oi, oi.
You have to do it in Welsh now, Adrian.
Yaki da.
And
thank you for joining us. Sorry, I've waffled on a lot. You were going to read a poem like Pam Ayres.
Who is? Am I?
You were. Mudlarking poem.
No, I wasn't. No, I said I was just reading it. I was when I got the book out while I was waiting for the adverts. Oh, go on then. Jenny Ridgewell, Guide to Mudlarking. Ode to a poem inspired by leisure, a poem by W.H. Davis. Don't you hate people who do that? Like D.K. Sadler. Why? Just Dave Sadler? Or people. No, I'm not going to go there.
It's like a PE peg for where you used to hang your PE bag at school. You used to put that sort of writing. Sorry, well, I did. Go on, dear. Read the poem.
And the other one that gets me, the people who go, like authors or people who want to try and sound really cool. David K. Sadler. Why are you putting the initial in? What's that about? Anyway. Ode to Mudlarking. What is this life in full of care? We have no time to stand and stare.
Excuse me, that.
No time to go down to the shore with mudlarks finding pots galore. And lots of treasure from the Thames, some Roman coins and even gems. There's buckles, brooches, pipes and keys, and many time we're on our knees. For now. Top mudlarks find a pilgrim badge, and flinters boast an axe or adze. I'd love to find a dry seahorse, some sacred stuff, dove's font, of course. A poor life this, if full of care, we mudlarks have no time to stare.
That's really nice.
Isn't it mad going into that about the seahorses that you find in the Thames nowadays? Shows you how clean it is in comparison to previously.
Would you be allowed to take a seahorse home?
A live one?
Yeah. Like a goldfish at the fair, which you're not allowed to do anymore. Does it, Philip Wheels, if I found a seahorse in the Thames, could I put it in a sandwich bag, bring it home, put it in with my goldfish? Being quite interesting. Edwina Curry. No, Gareth. I look quite nice. Gareth, we got a voicemail tonight about Tony Kaywood last week. He's an nincompoop. He got up to some really very well in our last week's
shenanigans
guest, in the boiler room. I don't know what he was doing. And what annoys me, Dave, is how he finds the addresses.
I think he's hacked some dealers' websites and got the addresses from when they've been delivering stuff. Really? No, better about GDPR. Seahorses are protected. You're not allowed, says Jason Hill.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Pencil must be lead. I've had a message off Nick Berry. Can I point people towards a competition he's posted in the Heart of England and Dig Life UK Facebook groups to help raise money for Parkinson's disease? The prize is for one of his Saxon pyramid mounts. There you go.
Fraser found. Ooh, who's been on the show?
Talking of people on the show, if anybody would like to join us on the show, please give us a shout, because currently I've been a little bit behind the times and not communicated with anybody to invite them. Hence tonight's name. God, your hair's a mess.
Well, no, can I just say, Tom, Otis Arms, I was waiting for someone to say exactly what he said. I do look like Tony Tucker.
He does.
I did.
And I was trying to... thank you, Tom. I was trying to suss out that one. Or Haley from Coronation Street.
I don't watch Coronation Street. The Rettendon murders, Essex Boys murders, was...
Will Way said you look like an FLO supervisor.
I look like a what?
FLO supervisor.
Oh, dear. I'm glad he said that, because I thought that when I put it on. Maybe that's why the dog was scared. Anyway, what was I going to talk about tonight? I was holding this
I
book
don't
up.
believe you don't know who Haley is out of Coronation Street.
I don't watch it. I don't watch. To be honest, like probably 70. Is that the one that's a man?
Harold was Harold. Oh, that's not her. Yeah, it's definitely you, Wayne. In fact, she's got a bit of Tony Tucker about her as well.
I don't quite know how wigs work.
How'd you stop that now? There.
I might start driving this. I might start
Going
driving
to work
this.
going to work with it on tomorrow for a laugh.
No, because they'll think I've got some
Nick
medical
Berry
condition.
says you look like Olive from on the buses.
Arthur. I used to love Olive. I used to love on the buses. Very un-PC nowadays, but yeah, I used to like that. I especially like the one when they went to a holiday camp, and Arthur.
That was in North Wales, Pontins in North Wales.
Didn't they have to redecorate the chalet, and they poured the turps down the toilet?
Yes.
And Arthur had a cigarette on the toilet, like people did in the 70s, threw it down and blew it up. Yeah. Oh, I miss all that sort of stuff. Right, sorry. There's chat going on. Holiday on the buses. Guys, I'm looking to upgrade from an Ace 400i to either Nocta Legend or Equinox 700. Please, can you give me advice on both? Right.
Nocta Legend.
Where do you detect, Michael? Is it on the beach? Is it on field? Pasture? Sound northern then. Nearly said book rather than book. Where do you detect, and how long have you been detecting? Because it all takes into account.
Nick West is still waiting for a response from you for when we go on our jollies with him.
I'll message him tonight. All I'm saying is I'm going to be on holiday till the 22nd of September.
It's all right.
Tony Kaywood, I'm surprised he's in the chat after last week. We'll play
2 years and ploughed fields.
2 years ploughed fields. And
I'd still say the Legend for its book.
What's your budget,
or
Michael?
Dark Knight Detectorist. He's got it one there. The Knox 800. I don't know what the price difference is from the 700, but LP are currently doing a 2-coil deal on the Knox 800, and I've got the 800, and until obviously I got my new machine, I was swore by it.
Michael, I don't know where you live, but I would highly recommend, if you've got one near you, if not, take your partner, because you might be away for the weekend, but make sure it's near a metal detecting dealer. It could be LP, it could be Regtons, it could be Detechnics, it could be Crawfords, it could be not Joan Allen, because they're not there, sadly. And I would go in there and I would find out which one you feel is comfortable for you. I don't know if you're 4'2" or 6'7". You've got one arm or two legs, but I would say, if I didn't know you, I would say Legend is really good value for money. Equinox 700 is a really good machine, and so is the 8. But I would physically go and hold one, or join, or if you're in a club or whatever, go and just say, "Can I hold your shaft?" Because the Deus 2 is a lot of money, but the Deus 1 isn't. So you've got to look at your Deuses. I mean, if you've had a Garrett, just look at the Apex. That's a good machine for beach and on land. And Tony Kaywood said, if you go to Detechnics, quote TC Detects for 10% discount. But yeah, it's a hard one. It's not. It's like buying a car. You know, you can sit there looking at Auto Trader and Top Gear reviews and everything, and then you go and sit in it, you don't like it. So, but the Legend is very good value for money. And they're soon going to introduce the Beast mode, which is going to give a bit more depth. Beast, which I didn't say call it Beast, I called it Boost, because I don't like the word Beast. Don't like those sort of words. Hello from Germany, Anita.
Anita, an old work colleague of mine. From
they're clamping down mad here with metal detecting and magnet fishing as people are finding, oh my gosh, too many World War II bombs. Love your live videos. Oh gosh, yes.
Anita, how mental are you? From like, hold on.
Thank you, Michael James Gardner. That's all right. But I would go to
nearly 30 years knowing each other, and you watching me on telly, you weirdo, from Germany.
I very much doubt anyone from school watches me. They're probably all at home decorating their lounge or something.
Shall we play Speak Piper number 1?
Yes.
Right. Bear with me. It should work, shouldn't it? If I just play it.
Yes, dear. Oh, got indigestion.
Where is it?
Oh, it sounds my late granddad in his Lancaster.
This is England calling.
Can you hear it?
This is England calling. Ah, Badger. Badger, thank you so much for you and old saddle maker letting me join in the show last week. What? Just needed to get a bit of code through. Mr. Nick West did send a message. One has to read it in Nick West's voice. So, hi, Donna. Message from the old git. Got a message from Badger about the Calvados, and then Officer Crabtree was just pissing by and informed me that your Calvados has gone pissing. He stinks that her flick is to blame. We should be grateful that the RF bummers are still fighting for our freedom and have doped off this second bootle for you. Old git over and out. I am very pleased to report, on the other hand, there were no ill effects from drinking half a bottle of Calvados on your show. Just wanted to add, I think old Tony Kaywood was in the boiler room listening. Went outside after the show, bloody shaft sticking out, 5 tins of Paddington Bear talc, and some old Green King ashtrays, and just a slight waft of Old Spice. Do you think that's who it was? Thought he'd left me.
That got cut off there because our voicemail, well, the tape, we've only got C15 in there, haven't we, Dave? And it was full up. So, yeah, thank you, Donna. I'm still laughing about that. And where do you still buy Paddington Bear talc, Tony? Where are you getting it from?
London.
And
It's
why?
got to be London.
Well,
Be all the rage because she was on with the Queen, wasn't he?
But when he was round mine in the bath, it was 3 tins, not plastic, tins of Paddington Bear talc and one of Rupert Bear.
Rupert the Bear.
Everyone's friend. Everyone's friend.
What's it called? The Bears Are Us warehouse.
Tony's just told us he got it off eBay. So there you go. It must be like 1987. I don't suppose it goes out of date, Tony. So, but last week, Donna, it was fantastic having her on the show, and she's archaeologist and museum. I don't like saying director, but or whatever she is.
Museum. I can't even say curator because it's sort of a pop-up one, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you remember I told Donna about my lead chicken's foot, or
yes,
whatever it was? She actually sent me an email, Dave, if you don't mind me reading it out, because
crack on.
My flow was very confused by this lead chicken's foot I found in a field, and it's always been. I haven't got it on me.
You just said you'd read it out.
Yeah, but I'll say.
Yeah, but it looks better with you on full screen if you're reading it out.
I won't mention names because Donna's got this source from someone quite deep, and she's put ref the chickens for information. To qualify, someone was a member of a local coven from his youth, along with other locals, presided by a wise woman known as formerly of Lincolnshire, who was apparently highly revered as a witch. She has visited She was visited by several well-known witches over the years. I've been told, notably, Alistair Crowley, but she doesn't know if that's true. And someone mentioned a reverend witch called someone. We spoke about a cockerel's foot because that's what we used in casting certain spells, stroke charms. I understand that the rituals involve the sacrifice of a cockerel in order to get the foot. Her other research suggests my chicken's foot is more likely to be that used commonly in casting. The difference in ID is that a cockerel's foot would have a spur or a claw at the heel. They are commonly used as a talisman rather than an amulet, and might be used for good or evil, i.e. the protection of crop or to curse enemy's crop, or simply vex an enemy. This is probably why I found it in a field, and she imagines that the foot is protection for the same reason that we find lead tokens depicting a hexafoil and pilgrims' amulets in the field. Both would be for protection of the crop. People were very superstitious in those times, and protection rituals were an ancient practice, but it's unlikely that agricultural pagan practices were still observed well into the modern period before like mechanical farming, because a good harvest was so important for survival. I could go on, and then she was saying the difference between an amulet and a talisman is an amulet is used for protection, while a talisman is more powerful device. It will have an invested purpose, which has been cast at the altar. Flipping heck. The ritual and spell casting at an altar is central to the investiture of a more powerful charm within a static object. A chicken's foot is commonly used to cast in the routine practice of witchcraft to this day. It's widely used across the USA and a good sign and custom practice exported by persecuted witches who fled the USA in circa 17. I was just like flipping it, and she's put more in there. I mean, she's very, very clever.
Well, from
mental, but clever.
Throw myself way back when, from the perspective that I can speak of in relation to that, it makes perfect sense. You know, like the chicken foot put in the field to make things grow, because superstitions and that. I've got books and books and reams of stuff down there. But yeah, it makes perfect sense. And obviously still used in America, as she says, all your New Orleans and all that malarkey, voodoo, hoodoo, Haitian stuff.
Also, I don't know if it was Matt Kent in the chat. Hi, Matt. Tallywhackers are even more powerful. I'm not sure if you mentioned the witch's grave at Barcham Farm. Apparently, Donna's researched it and said it's not a grave, it's an altar that was used in modern times by the local coven. And someone said, who she knows, they used
Matt Kent who spotted that, last week.
Oh, it was
that.
Matt. Oh. Yeah. And the person she's spoken to, who I won't mention the names, used to dance widdershins around the fire, jump over the fire, and pray at the altar to avenge. When I asked the coven if the coven worked good or evil, he was pensive and said both. I don't know if I should talk anymore. But as I understand, widdershins is for casting against enemy. I asked whether the spells worked, and he confirmed, of course they did, always. Oh, scared now, Dave. Talking about that, or witches. But we detect in fields, picking up hundreds, thousands of years of history, and witchcraft was very prevalent in the area I am in, Essex. And I do wonder about that chicken's foot. I've actually put it outside because I don't want it in the house because it's so detailed, and the flow thought it was part of a goblet, but like who the hell would make it?
have it off. Yeah, I'll look after
I
it.
might wear it around my neck.
Yeah, see what happens if you have bad luck. Get rid of it.
Actually, I've had good luck since I've had it. Touch wood. Do you know why we touch wood and whistle? Do you know why we do that?
I don't know about whistling.
Touch wood and whistle. Yeah, it's so that any spirits, predominantly who reside in wood, can't hear what we're talking about. I think someone will comment that's confirm that. So touch wood and whistle. Don't just touch wood, whistle as well.
Should we have speak pipe number 2?
Oh yes.
This is England calling. Ah, Badger, you're still there. Oh, jolly good, old chap. Sorry about that. Think Jerry cut us off. Wolves have ears and all of that stuff. Just wanted to add. Think the shaft had snapped off Kaywood's routers. Can't think what else it would be. Tried using it as a broom, wasn't very effective. Yes, got a bit of a problem with congealed smash in the old boiler room. Not really sure how to get it off. Once it's set, it's bally solid as anything. Think Mr. Dempsey has anything to get it off with? Any old solutions? Yes, probably need to try some kind of mattock, any kind of hammer kind of thing. Anyone want to donate something? Anyhow, just one for the laws. Thanks for having us on again, and catch up soon. Tally ho, boy.
Thank you, Donna. And apologies if Tony's caused any damage in your boiler room, because I don't know what he was doing with just the shaft in there. Obviously, not got the coil attached.
I just couldn't tell you.
No,
Couldn't tell you.
Rob Random in the chat. Hello, Rob. Anita Rowley. How are you, Anita? Same in Germany. Knock on the table. Yeah. Touch wood and whistle. I like that though, because that keeps them. They can't hear you talking. Then can't hear you talking. Talking of before the show, Dave. I had some questions tonight for people in the chat, and one of them. Could people put in the chat our main hobby? I presume is metal detecting. What is the next closest hobby people have in the chat to metal detecting? Is it stamp collecting? Is it
like fishing and stuff?
Yeah. I'm interested because I've got a bit of
got time
analogy.
For more hobbies.
Nick Berry art, yes, he's quite good. Tarot, whoa. Touchwood and whistle. That usually. Bottle dump digging, magnet fishing. Nick Berry, yes, thank you, Nick. Low decorum. I love it. Scuba dive, yes. It's interesting. Does anyone do shooting? Hang gliding, screenwriting. Well, yeah. Coin. Yes,
I know one or two. Well, I know one in particular, metal detectorist, who does scrounging, but that's a different story.
Yeah. Bottle dump. It just seems that everyone I talk to in the hot, well, not everyone, because I don't talk to everyone. Clean Wargraves, body popping, golf, yeah, digging, but they spelt it wrong, John. Astronomy, singing a rock band, no metal, Michael James. Yeah, it just seems we all seem to have the same type of hobbies. People who metal detect, and when we get archer. I've never found one of those, Gareth Milf. I think they originate from Isle of Wight. I think they're like a cross between a sort of badger and a gerbil. Crosswords, yeah. John, but I find that when you meet people in the hobby, we tend to seem to have similar hobbies, and it all relates to metal detecting. It's exploring and finding things. Rock hunting. Yeah, perfectly. Telescopes. Telescopes. I mean, you, Dave.
Adrian, there's a disclaimer started running up at the bottom of the screen there, mate. If you'd like to read it out when it starts again, as you can start saying it now.
Disclaimer: any damage or upset caused by Tony Kaywood is by no means associated to the show. Co-hosts. Yes, I totally agree. So, if he knocks at your door with a Big Detecting Show hat, T-shirt, saying he's putting in special microphones and things like that, and cameras especially, just don't let him in. Motorcycles, Matt Kent. Yeah, I'm not allowed those anymore. I drive. Yeah, fishing. That's a key one. Is anyone air rifle shooting or shotgun shooting? It's country sport. Air rifles and shotguns.
Rob Random, I'd never. No, couldn't see it myself.
Ganja. I'm not sure what that is. Fixing glider engines. Oh my god, that's interesting. Toys from Kinder Surprises.
Often
yes,
gliders don't have engines, Adrian, because they glide. He's just had you off.
He has. I'll tell you what, I'm going to write that one down because I'm going to put that
in your bio.
No, because many years ago, when the Book of Faces started up, horrible place. Sorry, those who go on it. I don't go on it much, and apologies to all those who messaged me because I went on there today, first time for over a week, and had loads of messages. And but when Facebook first started up, Christ, what was it, 20 years ago, something like that? It had your bio. It wasn't called a bio then; it was your profile. And I just changed jobs, quite a high-profile job, and I said, now working for myself, self-employed, producing rabbit cheese, milking rabbits and producing cheese. And I have since bumped into a lot of old school friends who've come up to me and said, I didn't know rabbits produced milk, and you're making money out of it from their cheese. So fixing glider engines may now be the new one. So thank you ever so much for that.
Adrian, went
yes.
detecting at the weekend.
You did.
Seen it's a detective show, I'll throw it out there.
Yes, sorry, we're talking about glider engines, witches, and everything else. We were supposed to be going on a dig with the Ministry Detect, but unfortunately, rain stopped play and postponed it for a couple of weeks. And as it was Shane's birthday, he wanted us all to go out. So there was 10 of us, including my boy with the Vanquish. And a merry time was had by all. I actually done a video from the field, and it was an absolutely massive field with stubble. And there was only me in it because all the others were on another field miles away. And it was glorious. It really was. Had some great finds again, but there's obvious. I've pulled up the pictures that he's put on. Has been put on the Facebook page. That's Rick with something. That's Rick. Ricardo. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a lady.
Shane fell in the river, which was funny because it wasn't me. Now, these are Crazy Horse, Caroline Parkinson's finds. So there's a medieval key, spindle whorl, a couple of hammers, but this at the top.
Wow, yeah.
A dog's head, medieval zoomorphic drinking spout.
Beautiful that is.
In it. Absolutely
you
stunning.
Sent me that.
Isn't it gorgeous, that?
That is really nice. A bit of wax on there.
Oh yeah.
I bet that was a banging signal.
But it was. I was. This it when it came up.
Well, we'll clean it up. Is there a net there then?
Yeah. Dog's head.
Oh, come on. So look at your head. We've got little legs. I don't know. I'll have to clean it up, won't I?
You'd think it was a leg.
Do you want it?
It's a nice one.
is it? Beautiful.
So there you go. So yeah, absolutely
done.
glorious day. Rain stayed off and everything. I so it's a Roman Pantera. That's a band. Pantera handle. Obviously, because I was several fields away when Shay Video called me, but it was Ricardo who said exactly what it was: medieval zoomorphic drinking pouring spout. So I googled it when I got there and showed it, and the one that came up was exactly the same on the Finds Liaison website. So
That's a lovely find.
in it, Nick West wants to thank all at Just Detect UK. They've made a donation. So basically, what's happened with the Military Heritage Museum is that am I right in saying, Nick, the owner of the building that they were supposed to be going to, which was in Gosport, I can't remember the name, but it was in Gosport, has basically raised all the prices, which they can no longer afford in any way, shape, or form. So they're going to be doing pop-up museums in the short term, I think, before they actually able to look at a permanent location for the Military Heritage Museum. So I know they've had a donation of Just Detect and obviously other areas, and they're trying to basically do what they can. So well done to Just Detect. And if anybody else can offer any assistance to the Military Heritage Museum, get in contact with Nick West.
Yes, Nick, and I think we should have an email address or something up here on the show when it suits, Dave, where people can donate, because I think that museum could be amazing.
It can be, especially for the metal detecting community, because one of the main things, as Nick spoke about on the show a few weeks ago, was that it was to promote metal detecting. It was one of the main things of the museum was to promote what work metal detectorists do in regards to metal detecting finds from that era.
I mean, if people who watch the show just donated like £1, that'd be like £7 or £8 a week he could get, isn't it?
Yeah.
Matt Kent, just going up. Have you had a play with the settings on the Manticore, Dave? What settings does Adrian use? I tried Sid Perry's and Digger Dan's, both good.
I have not. I'm going from the start. I'm doing it all very basic. Switch it on, go in the settings that it comes in. I'm having fantastic. Put it this way: in so many years detecting, I've found 2 hammered coins. In 2 weeks, I've found 2 hammered coins with the Manticore. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have found it with another machine, but I can't complain about the settings on general settings because I'm finding what I want to find.
I would say, Matt, I've just written, I think, about 5,000 words on an article on the Manticore, 12-month review, long-term review for Treasure Hunting magazine. It might be in next month or the months after, but pretty much along the lines what Dave is saying. These settings that people offer you can be great, and I've got nothing against Sid or Digger Dan, but where you detect, how you detect, the land you're on, it can play a massive part. I would say if you get the magazine, read it. The Ferrous settings, 100% learn those, massively learn those, and the tones. But also ground balance. You've got a machine there. A lot of machines auto ground balance. That's great, but that's a bit like when you tell your car to automatically drive down the M25 or motorway. It'll hit the white line, pull back. Hit the white line, pull back. It does the job, but it doesn't do it. There's nothing. There's a reason there's still a ground balance there on the machine, a manual ground balance. If it was that good, they'd turn it off. And I know a lot of people's settings say ground balance, don't touch it, leave it. It might work, but for me personally, if it was that good, they'd turn off the manual ground balance. So keep the general settings, sensitivity not too high on the Manticore. You don't need to run it at like 30 or whatever, 25, 26 if you can. But look at the Ferris settings and don't start turning it into some sort of homemade arcade machine that you don't really understand. Just keep it at bottom level. I mean, these guys, Sid and that, they've been using machines for years, and they're good and they're experienced, and they're trying to help people. Don't get me wrong, and probably 9 times out of 10 it'll work. But I do think you really need to know a detector. And like I said, I've used the Manticore for a year. When I first got it, I wasn't happy with it. It was chattery, it was noisy, and then they did the software update, and it totally changed the machine. And the hotkeys as well. Look at that, hotkeys. Soft key. You can change configuration. Sorry, I'm waffling on. I'm going.
Adrian, it is a stonking noise that came out of the Manticore. That baby.
Is that lead?
Yeah.
Quite blow your ears off.
Big weight. And it did blow my ears off. And then I had some musket balls, load of coins, a couple of buttons, Tony. Lots of bits of lead. And where's my good ones? A little hammered that's a bit far gone. And I think there were 8 hammers come up. And a nice little spindle wheel with a few decorations on either side as well.
I haven't found a spindle wheel for a while.
And who was it? Who was it? Oh, it was Ricardo. Ricardo had a fibula. I
mean, just going back to the Manticore, it's not just the Manticore, but Deus 2, I manually ground balance, and most machines I do. The routers first, so all I do. I just dig in with Deej. But if you I think, in an area with highly mineralized soil, you need to manually. Yes, you do need to manually ground balance.
Tony, Dave using a complex machine and not complaining the world has gone mad. Don't forget, I've gone through a process here. I've gone from Xterra 705 to Vanquish to Equinox 800, and I'm basically using the Manticore exactly the same as I used it as an 800 at the moment, and trying not to look at the 2D imaging system.
Yeah, that you can learn from that. I wouldn't say.
I will, but I'm not using it just yet.
How many tones you run in? 2 or 5?
5.
Yeah, and if you're an Equinox user, you can actually tune the Manticore like your Equinox. I've been playing with the setting on there, bit like the Equinox 800, and it's worked really, really well. Do you know, I've got really cold knees. I don't quite know why. Talking of knees, I was reading this before the show, which we advertise, which we get like millions of pounds for doing. No, we don't, but from Greenlight Publishing. And do you know what I thought the other day?
What did you think?
I don't know why. I was like, I have a couple of rings, my wedding ring and this one, which was for my, bless him, my late dad who passed away a few years ago. And he didn't hand it down to me. I just took it off him when he was dead. But but that's what the Undertaker said I did have to. I wouldn't have personally chosen it. But I was looking in here, the Discovering Jewellery, which is predominantly metal detecting finds. And I was looking at these rings and I was thinking, right, Roman ring with Minerva holding, right, 2nd to 3rd century, right? I was just looking at that, right? And I was thinking, that looks chunky there, but it's my screen. It's like 500 to 700 quid. And then I started looking at all the other rings. And I'll tell you why I brought this up. Because I went shopping the other day with the housing manager, not for rings. And while she was in
Beaver Brooks?
No.
H.M. Samuels?
Woolworths. She was in Woolworths getting some underwear. I was looking in jewellers at the price of rings, right? And I know gold's gone up. And I'm like, oh, that's like £1,000, £2,000. I'm thinking, all these rings, they might not be to most people's taste, right? But they're like 500 quid, 1,000 quid, Roman gold rings. And I was like, why would you not wear one of those? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
Why
and
is a modernly made ring far more expensive than an exquisite Roman gold ring?
Yeah, I mean, you've got like something like that, which is a cabochon. That's the same as what I found. It is cabochon sapphire.
You've got ADHD, squirrel.
But yeah, I just thought that, and I just wondered what people's thoughts were in the chat. Because it you know, like you got a ring, and if you wear it, and we all know that's a wedding ring, whether it's gold, platinum, or whatever, and then suddenly you've got one that's like a little bit clunky, but it's got a lovely stone in it and a centurion on it, and that it could be Elizabeth Duke from Argos in the 80s. But someone says, "Oh, that's a nice ring. Where'd you get that from?" "Oh, yeah, it's 1,000 years old. It's Roman." It's like, whoa. Yeah, I just saw that, and I've just thought, and it's
Adrian,
got me.
you're forgetting your history now, aren't you?
I've completely forgotten what I said because I'm looking at that.
You said 1,000 years old. It's Roman.
Oh, sorry, Celtic.
Steve Cord said, "If I find a gold ring, I'm wearing it like a pimp."
Well,
Pimping ain't easy.
When I found my ring, not gold ring, Dave, do you remember?
Yeah.
I this is honest truth. I thought it was a child's ring out of a cracker because it's quite intricate and stuff. And I put it on my finger. And when I got home, I spoke to
Adrian, do you mean this one?
It's fucking gold. It's got gold. It's gold.
Root Assault 71 there. Yeah, it was a few years ago. And when I realised it was worth potentially £3,000 or £4,000 and the history behind it, I wore it all the time, every day, when I went to bed, when I went to work, and people were like, "What are you wearing that for?" I was like, and it wasn't until it went to the flow and went through the treasure process. But I just thought that this week. I just thought, how nice.
Rachel Flagg says Gems TV was setting Roman coins in rings and pendants.
Oh.
James Barnes, I've actually got that book, so that right here.
Oh.
Metal Detecting and Archaeology, edited by Susie Thomas and Peter Stone. Use promo code BB500. Where's that from, James?
Just use it.
Can't just give us the promo code and not know where to get it from.
Is that Amazon?
Because Angel want to know. Gareth Fowler said, "I remember finding my ring and then my prostrate." Prostrate?
Oh, is that?
Well, it wasn't moving. God, what a weekend that was. Mark Kent says £51 per gram gold at the moment.
Oh. But I just thought that was interesting, that about wearing sort of, I mean, we can't wear our fines, but we could once we declared them.
Anita, I know exactly where you're on about very well. First time she went detecting, she found half a sovereign in Eastham just before St. Mary's Church. I know exactly where she's on about. I want fine gold. I want
Boyland Brewer
from boydellandbrewer.com. BOYDELL and brewer.com. And use the code BB500.
Tony Kaywood, Adrian, I brought that book you recommended on how metal detectors work, and my brain hurt. Yeah, it's not a simple book. It's you might not get all of it. I wouldn't read more than 20 minutes at a time.
I think it's got to say the first 2 pages.
No, it's you know, it's like a Hayden's manual on what's the NASA thing plane?
Space shuttle?
Yeah, it's like that. Not quite like that, but it's quite complicated.
Adrian.
Yes.
Do you know what time it is?
It's time I found the cursor on my screen.
See, any
Right.
decent host would have that lined up now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, here we go. Let's rock and roll. Right. This is my wall.
What's that say at the bottom?
NB, no prize monies can be won from this game. Just to those who...
Good disclaimer.
Yeah. Right. So this week on the wall, I think it's going to be
Roman
quite
Spoon.
Who the hell got that?
Nick Berry.
No. Pick a number, Nick, or someone.
Tony Kaywood says 11. 18 from Nick West. Purse bar. Fibula. 26. 19. Roman key.
Nope.
3.
Is the magic number.
Axe head.
Nope.
Barrel tap.
Who said that?
Nick Berry.
Oh, Nick, you little monkey. It's a barrel tap. I thought it was going to be harder than that.
That was actually quite easy, that. Looking at the shaft on it, it looked quite easy. Oh, you've got to tell us a few facts about said barrel tap.
It's an incomplete copper barrel tap dating from the post-medieval period. Can you see me? Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yes. I don't quite know I do that. Yeah, so it's basically a barrel tap from
Prostate
medieval
scratcher.
period. Yeah, I thought that'd be quite a complicated one, but I think Nick targeted the right numbers at the right time. He could have gone for the bottom right. So Nick wins this week. Do you know what Nick wins?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. But thank you for taking part, Nick. And maybe you could make an artistic barrel tap for your wife this Christmas or for her birthday. So, yeah.
Let's get back to your questions, Adrian, because you had a list of questions for the viewers.
I think I've asked a lot of them. Well, going back to my wearing of detector fines, I think it should be something... Don't get me wrong, if it needs to be in a museum, it needs to be in a museum. But
all right, Indiana,
we're not sure of 2023 statistics, but in 2022, there were 53,000 fines found by metal detectorists. 1,300 of them were treasure cases. But for those ones that don't go as treasure, I think, how nice would it be if we started wearing them? I don't know. And then lost them in the field when we were detecting. And then, I don't know.
I know that Shane found a gold ring, which he still wears to this day. And in essence, Stevie Newman, he wears all of his silver fines.
Otis Arms, Tom, hi. Interesting fact, the correct term for a barrel tap is a spigot. Yes, down south here, we call them spigots. Is that a Scotch thing? Spigot as well? But down south, they're called spigots. Oh, gosh. There's a lot. Before I die, I'll bury all my jewellery. Do you know what, Anita? I thought, well, I've only got 2 rings and a watch from Christmas. That's quite a good thing to do, isn't it? Bury your treasure. Your family, because we all have, well, most people have houses now. So there's like £250,000, £500,000, £1 million house that's left to the kids, and they won't be interested in our jewellery or our great grandparents' jewellery. So bury it. How lovely is that? And make someone's day, like James, Dave, who found that he finds a lot of jewellery. But yeah.
We've also
Nick
got
Berry,
which you. Oh no, that's not it. Where's that gone?
Nick Berry said he doesn't wear jewellery, but I'm waiting to find something special so he can wear it. He's got a belly button piercing, hasn't he?
Yeah.
With that, what's that stuff off Jurassic Park. The Amber. Yeah, he's got that in it.
There's also, we've got a press release to look at, haven't we, Adrian?
Yes. I heard about this. The Braintree Horde, 122, which you've probably all seen on the news and stuff, being sold at Noonan's, which used to be Dick's Noonan Web, now Noonan's. Highly recommend them. If you've got a find that you wish to go to auction, especially jewellery, Dick's Noonan's, Mayfair in London will do a really good deal for you. Mention my name.
So this was the important hoard of 122 Anglo-Saxon pennies that were found by 2 detectorists in February 2019 near Braintree in Essex, and will be offered at Noonan's Mayfair at 4 p.m. next Wednesday, the 21st. The 2 detectorists who've been searching for them for 20 years had only found copper coins and crotal bells previously on the field. But on this day, a signal from the Mine Lab CTX 3030 revealed a depth of only 4 inches of silver penny that was not recognisable. Half a dozen more turned up in a 30-metre radius. And that evening, they realised they were rare pennies of Harold II. Over the next few days, around 70 more were found by slow and methodical use of the detectors. This was repeated in 2020 with another 70 uncovered. Detectorists found 144 coins in total. Date from the last 2 Anglo-Saxon kings of England, Edward the Confessor and Harold Godwinson. This had been minted in various towns and cities ranging from London to Cambridge, Canterbury, Ipswich, Chichester, Guildford, Worcester, Hastings, Lincoln, Huntington, Malden in Essex, as well as rare mints such as Sudbury in Suffolk and Bridport in Dorset. They were processed. The Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge decided to buy 16 coins between them and the Colchester Museum from the hoard, including 2 11th century Byzantine coins. In late 2023, the rest of the coins were disclaimed and returned to the finders. They thought they were buried during the course of the year 1066, within 5 years of all bar 2 of the coins being minted. While a deposition of the Braintree Hall might not relate directly to the year 1066, the fact that they were recovered surely did. Anyway, you can find that press release on the Noonan's website, I presume. I can stick it up on the ArcMD mag, but
it's a lovely press release because I love the way they state what metal detector was used, and
it gives kudos to the detector, the people who discovered it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also
there's a lot of articles on like the BBC News that say our metal detectorist found it, and that's all you get as part of the article. It's all about the numismatist.
I can never say that, Dave. But I think it's. I'll tell you what. There's a little bit of
love
going on there for Noonan's, because you read about the articles. You read about articles online, and they clip it, don't they? They keep it quite brief. But Noonan's have put a proper nice press release in there. And we all get those fields where you find a few buckles, a few crotal bells, and then suddenly 4 inches down, bung. It's like, wow, this is good. Oh, there must be more here. So, yeah, that's really good.
Just reading through, James Barnes buried some of his favourite finds with his mum's ashes. Nice sentiment, young man. Tony K. Wood, his missus, put the Henry VIII hammer he found last year into a necklace. Keith Ellis said everyone who finds a crotal bell that still rings should attach it to their finds bag so they dingle on digs. Not my idea, but it's cool. It is a cool idea, though. Matthew Kent is still making his way slowly through the big metal detecting podcasts. He's up to 2021, where the Underground History Show started with the best field tester in the world.
Is that still on YouTube? I don't know.
I don't know. Anita Rowley, detector was 15 quid from Overpool Tip. How did you buy anything from Overpool Tip?
Ange never got that, Adrian. is that love? What didn't Ange get? James, he has a CTX 3030. Yes, my old one. And classed as living in Braintree. Could it be you? Well, no, mate.
No,
It isn't
no.
you. No.
Did you ever
definitely
give
not.
him that book I got him?
The book?
Yeah, the MyLab CTX 3030 book I give you for him. It's still in the bottom of a car somewhere, isn't it?
No, it's down here. Oh
James,
my
I
God.
gave Adrian
No,
a book
did I
for you
give it?
about 2 years ago.
No, I did. I did give him the book. Didn't I? I've got. Do you know? I've got 3 books for him here, but a couple of them were due for Christmas. But no, I did give you the book, James, didn't I? You were there, Dave, weren't you? It was at Rodney Cook. Anyway, talking of Rodney Cook, not next week, the week after. Check your emails and the website rodneycookmemorial.co.uk because tickets will be going up for something. Oh, Matt Kent,
Detector Network, Matt. We don't talk about that.
blimey.
I don't. Oh no, I did tell Adrian, but I forgot to tell Nick West if he's still there. I actually got an influx of emails drunken emails the other night. Detector Network related. There you go. Where was I then?
James has got the book.
Oh, he has got
great.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Blimey, that's a few years ago, isn't it? How many shows have we done?
Well, this is episode 191, I think.
I think
so. In 9 weeks' time, it's episode 200.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
That's what I was trying to do.
That's why he's got it, Adrian. I gave it him, not you.
I saw something on the gestures thing. If I clap, but it doesn't do anything. Sorry. I did that one, didn't I? So I'm trying to.
What's the one that you came up with a question mark around the side of your head? And you had thumbs down. Thumbs down as well works, doesn't it? Both. Oh, there it is. And then both hands. Thumbs down, both hands.
It's raining men. Hallelujah. Anyway, did you know there's now 18,000 barbers in the UK? That's a 50% increase since 2018. Did you know that, Dave?
No, because I do my own.
Yes, most people do because of Amazon, Argos, and Currys. You buy your own hair cutting products. Very interesting, isn't it? I just thought of that the other day, and I looked at this stat, and there's a lot of Turkish barbers, isn't there? And I wonder why there's suddenly an influx of hair care businesses opening up.
Yeah,
and I just wondered
because everyone's got a cool beard now.
Yeah, but a lot of the Turkish barbers near me are Albanian, so I'm very.
At the moment, I think the big craze in the UK, and everybody needs a slap taking part in it, is a handlebar moustache and a becking mullet. A moustache like that and a mullet.
Yeah,
that's the new trend of half wits.
The problem is like me and you, we do a lot of snuff, don't we? And moustaches cause problems, don't they? And it's problems getting hold of snuff nowadays, but do love a bit of snuff. But it's not just the hair they're washing. Ange uses horse clippers on deck. Okay. God, do you remember? Yes. Do you remember in lockdown, everyone was like trying to get hair clippers because they had massive hair?
I done Mason's. I'm nowhere allowed near his hair anymore because he looked like he had leukemia. And if you remember, I grew mine, didn't I?
Yeah, you had.
Like,
because I didn't know you had.
I need to actually do the sides. So the woman over the road who's a dog groomer done it for me around the sides.
But I know Argos was selling like they had like no hair cutters, and all they had was like dog ones, and people were buying them like 60 quid. Yeah, my son did my hair. It's awful. Lockdown, long hair. Oh, I can't be doing with that. But then I'd like a bit more on top. But yeah, I've got to fix a glider engine tonight. I forgot about that. I think for our 200th show, have you got one there?
Coin pod.
Oh, Dave, what's happening with the prizes? Dare I ask? Christmas games?
The prizes. I've actually got them all wrapped now. It's just a matter of having the opportunity to take them, and they'll be going. Hermes. Is that one? Yeah, Hermes. Yes, coin pod. Coin pod.
I haven't got anything.
Coin pods are the dog's danglies. Coin pod.
What are you going metal detecting this weekend, David?
Monarch. No, actually, I'm going to the Awakenings conference in Bolton, which a friend of the show, Mark Ollie, and Steve Mera are both speaking at, and it's about the dark side of UFOs. So it'll be 9 in the morning, so it's 10 o'clock the first speaker's on, and it goes all the way through till about 11 o'clock at night, but I think I'll be leaving. Well, I want to stay till Steve's done his part of the talk, because a lot of old friends are going to be there I've not seen for years from the UFO circuit, so it'll be nice to catch up with them. So I've been invited as a guest, and Mason's desperate to go because he's been watching the latest. The I can't remember what it's called, but it's the latest Bermuda Triangle thing that was on Discovery. He's been watching that, so he's getting a bit into that side of stuff now. So he's coming with me, first conference. So there you go.
Good. James Barnes, hi James. He messaged me on the Tocker Ticks the other day. James Barnes on TikTok, very good channel, who was on the show.
It is. He's doing some great videos on TikTok.
Yeah. An archaeology lecturer from Oxford has asked how many detectorists in the UK. Anyone got any idea? Well,
I'd say about 35,000 now, liberally. More.
Sorry, I meant that.
50?
I reckon more.
Really?
We're not talking. I sort of know how many are registered to one sort of
body.
Body. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I reckon amateur detectorists, professional detectorists, and those who've bought one and been doing it for years, I reckon probably about between 50 and 60,000 easily. Yeah.
Anita, I'm very, very honoured to a degree to call Eric von Duniken a friend of mine. Got quite well with Eric. In fact, I've got a load of his articles that I've got the permission to publish on ArcMD Mag. If you go on there and look for Eric von Duniken, you'll find some of his articles.
Nick Berry is looking forward to see if AI will integrate into detecting somehow. Well, Nick, Quest are on board with that. They did a video. Did we put it on the show, Dave? The Quest AI video, or was that just me?
Yes, we did the Oculus thing.
Yeah. So Quest spoke about that the other week. But yeah, definitely, I think it will.
We see if I've still got it.
Again, it's one of these things that if it works, it works. But I don't know. I'm old school, and I don't get me wrong. I love technology. I've got like MacBook Pro here, PC there, and all, and I've got a fax machine and everything. But I do think there's sometimes things can get lost. I genuinely think that. It's a bit like predictive text, actually, AI. And I think that works for metal detectors as well. So if you've got a multi-frequency machine that you just turn on and go, it will be very, very good. But don't forget the ground balance. Yeah, it's one of those things. Why have I got cold knees, Dave? It's not cold. It's like 15 degrees. Oh, God. I mean, I've got tights on under my jeans, but I've still got cold knees. Well, they're more like pop socks. Well, they could be stockings. They just go above my knees. So I don't quite know what that counts for, but that's awful, that syrup. Look at it. Christ. Sorry, we were talking about metal detecting, and I said, are you going this weekend? And you're not going this weekend, are you?
No. I'm doing the following weekend. I'm supposed to be going to a Ministry Detect one. However, I realised that there's a big one the following week, Ministry Detect. So don't think I'll be able to go 2 weeks on the run to them. So I might have to just go to the second one.
I'm going Saturday morning, but I don't know. Well, I think I might take the Manticore because I'm getting on all right with that at the moment. But I might. I've got this urge. I don't know what it is. I've got this urge to get me Root Assault 71 out again. I've got the Versa. Actually, do you know what? I might do brand detecting days.
How do you mean?
Well, I'll only use Rootus this
I'm with
Saturday, Mind Lab on Sunday, and Nocta on Friday. That actually I might do that.
I've found that video now.
Oh, go on, play it.
So this is the Quest AI thing, which I personally think looks pants, but there you go.
In Quest metal detectors, we always ask ourselves, what the future metal detector will be looks like. I think we're living the age of magic. Like OpenAI introduced the artificial intelligence. So you can programming even you don't know how to code. That means the algorithm of metal detectors can be enhanced by yourself with AI. Thanks to SpaceX Starlink, now you can access internet anytime, anywhere. That means you can go more places for metal detection. And now we have Metal Quest and Apple Vision Pro. With a VR glass, we can do more. About 7 years ago, I applied a patent that combined metal detector with AI glass. So you can get rid of the control box and see everything in your glass. Using a smart metal detector won't be easier. That you don't need to push any button. What you want to do, just speak, and the AI will do the rest. You will not just hear the sound and see the number, but you will see the real image of the find on the ground before you dig it. We're still working on it, but we think the future technology will come in soon. So please join us and support us to bring the future metal detector to the recent community. Today, let me showcase the recent Quest Air and VR glass, what we can do right now.
Those who are on the podcast is a man who looks like he's in a 1970s Star Wars film with a metal detector and goggles on, finding finds. I think
the person who programmed the AI that programmed the subtitles needs to be rejigged.
Yeah, and I think also about you can detect anywhere now with Elon Musk's Starlink, which you can. Is if you've got Starlink, you can detect anywhere in the world, out in the ocean or anywhere if you want to. But in Europe, we use a thing called 4G or 5G. Nick Berry, part of detecting is enjoying the country. Yeah, totally, 100%, Nick.
Yeah,
You've just
absolutely.
nailed it. That for me, there's no way I want to be sweating wearing a pair of 1950s swimming goggles in a field. And also, I don't know. It will be there. It will be there. It will be there in 20 years, 20 years time. And Mind Lab, not XP. They're all looking at this, but I think the interface of the detector needs AI as opposed to the vision. So, if it can really check out the soil, I'll tell you what would be really cool is like a detector in 10 years' time that's got like a pouch on it, and you put a soil sample in from like 6 inches down, and it checks the soil and calibrates a detector. That'd be quite good based on the soil properties. That'd be quite good. Yeah. I don't know. I think the more importantly, the first things that need to be done is more integration into your mobile phone if it doesn't cause interference into the detector. So we've already got the XP tracking and others out there, Mind Lab and stuff. But where you go in the field. But if it was something that automatically recorded your finds, so there's like a button you press and it videos it for you, stuff like that, rather than.
Nick Berry thinks, do you think it's possible to train a dog to sniff out coins?
Yes, it is.
There is a video by Gary Blackwell, which is Mark MD Mag, where he actually trains his dog to sniff out silver.
Now, as we all know, silver, when you put a bit of foil on it, which I'm not, when I first started detecting, you like polish back a silver foil, not the shiny bit, the matte bit. You rub it over a hammered, bit of water, it comes up shiny and clean. In the early days, I used to do that, but now I keep them as they are. It smells eggy, and it is quite a nice eggy smell, isn't it, Dave? It's like a very small stink bomb, but dogs can smell that. You smell it, haven't you?
Yes, just smiling at something.
Oh, yeah, Otis Arms, Tom, they do dogs, but yeah, dogs at airports. So you can train a dog to do anything. But Gary, yeah, sulfur. My dog, I've tried it with a hammered, but it didn't work. It rather chased sticks and stones. You all right, dear? What's up?
I found something the other day that we all think silver, but you can't actually identify what it is. And I just thought to myself, when you mentioned silver paper, I need to give that a bit of a squiddle with silver paper.
Make sure it's back bit.
But I can't find any silver paper.
I found something the other day which I need to look at. I've got it here. It's got. I thought it was lead, but it's got green patina on it. And look at it. Oh, you know what that is? I can tell that. I can tell what that is. Yeah, you know what that is.
Celtic thing. It's got a hare or a deer on it. It's Celtic coin.
Where's Spank?
Spank? It's Spank.
There he is. Little monkey. I like that. I like that a lot. Little Spank. Anyway, you can train a dog to sniff out a good wife. Not sure. Our dog hears the bird scare and runs back to the car. Yeah. It's coming up, isn't it? The bird scarers. Oh, my dog. Yeah, I don't know how, because I take my dog metal detecting with me. There's a few crows scarers, but don't think we've been near one. God, I tell you what, when you're near one detecting and it goes off, Dave, flipping it, does it make you jump? Doesn't it?
I've never heard one.
Do you not have them up north?
I don't know. I've not heard one.
Well, it's a shotgun shell without the shot going off like next year from compressed gas and all that. Normally got a gas cylinder, they build up and bang off. But yeah,
Banged off.
yeah.
For now.
Well, go bang. So, Adrian McStraw, hi, Adrian. Adrian, I hope you're going to detect on Rodney Cook this year because I've never had a proper chat with you, but you seem quite a very jolly chap.
Steve Cord, they just want to make a detect that doesn't false on horseshoes first. I found a horseshoe the other day with the manticore, and guess what? The 2D imaging system was the shape of a horseshoe. Fantastic.
If it's laying the right way, it will. Matt Kent, our farmer, has 3 going off in succession. Cool, flipping it. Yeah. Oh, my God. That'll keep the blinking buggers out.
That's the third wrestling-related thing I've done tonight, and I don't think anyone would have gone on bang, bang. I like your rain one the best. Double thumbs down.
None of that this weekend down south. It's going to be nice, I think. Might rain tomorrow, but yeah.
James Barnes says they do have geophys on drones now. And Will Way says horseshoes are liars.
I like finding a horseshoe. I've got no issues with a horseshoe. Put it on your shed. Make sure you got it the right way round for good luck.
I once took a horseshoe into work and put it into the anti-rust tank, and it came out beautiful.
James, the geophys on drones now, is that on the drone specifically, or is it a software add-on you can get for like a DJ Mavic or something like that?
Stephen Brown said he found a Silver Jubilee 1977 Elizabeth II coin last Sunday.
Nice.
Steve, it probably would, but don't forget I'm doing basic settings at the moment that I'm just trying to look at everything so I can learn the machine. The fact that it did come up as a horseshoe shape was fucking ace. I was buzzing off that. Oh, it's horseshoe. I tell you what, though, I've done a little video for this thing, the blog I'm doing, where I was next to somebody using the Nox, and I was showing him the 2D imaging thing, and I couldn't believe the battery drainage between his Nox. He'd been there as long as I had detected, not an ounce of battery gone, and mine was like halfway down, and it just goes to prove your Apple 12 has got so many bloody things going on that the battery goes down quicker than a Nokia 3310.
There's 2 batteries in the Manticore in the handle, not one like on the Equinox, but the Manticore is processing a lot. It is fast. And I think maybe software updates in time might improve that. Thanks, James Barn. The software hangs on the bottom it's not software, it hangs on the bottom of the drone. Stephen Law, my new landowner, has asked me to get people to put the horseshoes back, and we can't take them. That's weird, isn't it?
Well, anyway, Adrian, time's flown. It's 9:30. I'm sure I will have arranged a guest for next week. My fault. Adrian always texts me on a Thursday to see who's on so he can make the background. And just before he did today, I thought, sugar, I haven't had a guest sorted out. Let's wing it, man.
I've had a very busy day. hectic day. My daughter's looking at getting a new car, and we went to 7 garages to look at cars. And do you know what? All new cars. They're not good. I don't like new cars. That's it now. I'm stuck. You know, like these blokes you see are stuck in the 80s or 90s. I'm stuck now. I'm not getting a new car ever again.
Get a van.
Well, my wife's got one, but I just, honestly, they're just, huh?
Get a van.
No. Well, I've got a sports car now, David, as you know.
That's because you're having a midlife crisis.
And my son, when I put my foot down with the roof down the other day, my son looked at me and went, "A van?" Tom said, he said, "A van?" And all right, I've got my hairdresser car for off-roading with me big tyres on, but yeah, no, not a van, but new cars. Oh dear, they're all the same. And you get in there like it's just like sitting in a beanbag with a PlayStation. Like everything's like auto, and I'll tell you what, in 20 years' time, our British roads are going to be an absolute death trap. Because someone's going to get water in their multi-vibrator 555 chip circuit board, and the brakes aren't going to work. The steering, it's going to be a nightmare. I'm telling you. We should all be driving Mark II Escorts. You heard it here first. Anyway, on that note, sorry.
Have a damn fine weekend, everybody. If you're in the Northwest and you fancy seeing a bit of UFO malarkey, look for Awakenings Expo, which is at Bolton Albert Hall, and I will see you there. And if not, like Oasis, you can go out, like Haley, like Tony Tucker, have a damn fine metal detecting this week. Has anybody ever metal detected the field where that Range Rover?
I drove past there the other day, and it's all blocked off now, so you can't stop and take. We can stop and take photos if you're really sad. But
no one ever detected the field.
No, but I could ask the farmer. It's not far from me.
Double dare, physical challenge.
Essex boys. If I went in this, they'd think, "Oh no, that might scare them." Anyway,
report back next week. Everyone. Good night, everyone. Have a good week.